What's up, family? I'm Real Mike Rob. Make sure you tuning in to the 3-Point Conversion Radio. They got all of it, and they keep it funky. Let's get it.
Okay, we had our first bowl practice earlier. It was good for our guys to get out there and move around. We gave them an extensive break after the last game. It was much needed. We were a banged up football team. A lot of positive energy out there moving around. Really excited to play an in-state opponent, Florida, in a bowl game in Tampa. And you know, we're talking about one of the best offenses really in college football. I think they're in the top 10 in most categories. They run the football, and that's really what stands out to me. They not only run it, they run it extremely well. Explosive passes. They got a defensive line that I think the last few years have been in the top 5 or top 10 in sacks. And they're an impressive team when you watch them on film. It'll be a big challenge for us. I know our guys are extremely excited. I know our fan base is too. And I think it's good for the state. So we're really excited to be in the Gasparilla Bowl, playing a very good Florida team. Questions?
Coach, I know the matchup had been rumored for a few days before it was official. UCF playing Florida. I know you're out recruiting, so maybe you weren't with the team as much. But did you get some initial feedback from your players, just how excited they are? Because I'm sure they know a lot of guys on that team.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We have a lot of respect for them. They do know a lot of players, and you know, I think it's good for the state too. You know, a lot of excitement, and I think you can see that with a sellout already. There's not a whole lot of bowls, even New Year's Six bowl games nowadays that get sold out. So I think that really speaks for itself.
You mentioned Florida and what they were able to do this season, but they still struggle at times. They fired Dan Mullen. How does that change things for your preparation? They're going to have an interim head coach. Kind of a different staff, I guess.
Yeah. There's no. Well, first of all, I'm going to say Dan Mullen's probably one of the better coaches in college football. I know they went through a tough time and all that, but he's got a lot of really good players. You know, they lost some tough games. I mean, you know, obviously being in the top 10, you know, in offense, total offense, and playing the defenses they play, very talented as far as that goes. You know, we'll just do the best we can preparing, trying to predict what, you know, who's going to coach and all that stuff. And, you know, we'll worry about ourselves, but they've got excellent players.
Coach, you mentioned preparation. You got a number of weeks, weeks coming up to the bowl game itself. Could this be the most healthy your team is since Louisville? And if so, what benefit does that bring you?
Yeah, I hope so. We kind of limped home, you know, in the last few weeks. It was pretty interesting in a couple different positions. So we're hopeful that, you know, we'll have all hands on deck that aren't out for the season, you know, or left. So that's exciting, and everybody for the most part practiced today, so that was a good feeling to have our team out there.
What do you like most about having extra practices and leading up to a bowl?
Yeah, you know, in a normal year, you like to develop your young guys. You get a chance to, you know, really spend 4 or 5 days developing them. Now, the difference is with us is our depth. Those young guys are playing, you know, so it's a little bit different than I'm used to because we just don't have the depth right now, and because of the injuries and the people leaving and all that, we've got a select group. So we're really focused on us and getting better at the little things, and that'll be helpful for the future. But it gives us a little more time to prepare for our opponent, and it's much needed.
You know, every year bowl season now, it's kind of a thing for some guys to opt out, maybe prepare for a draft. Are you expecting a full team for the bowl?
You know, I'm expecting, you know, a full team. I've not heard from any of our guys. Likewise, I'm not saying it won't happen this day and time in college football. But I do know our guys are excited to play in this bowl game. We're excited to play right down the road. You know, we want to really try to send our seniors out on a high note. Obviously, in this game it would be. And we're still in the foundation. I've said it, you know, probably like a broken record, but you know, we're in the foundation part of building our program. And so we're excited to play the bowl game, especially in this state.
Parker Navarro has scored in 3 straight games. Do you expect him to step up in the bowl game as well?
Yeah, we probably need to give it to him more, don't we? He scored 3 straight games. Yeah, he's a guy that has really come on. He got an opportunity when some other guys were banged up and all that. So, you know, he's a guy that I think you could see more and more, you know, and he throws it pretty well too.
Mentioning the quarterback position again, Mikey King, a while back we had talked about that SMU at the time looked like it was going to be the toughest challenge remaining on the schedule. And now with this game, obviously, I mean, is it safe to say that Florida is that challenge? And if so, what better or what more does Mikey have to battle with?
Yeah, mean, this is definitely one of the more talented teams we play. I mean, we played Cincinnati, and I think they got a chance to win the whole thing. But this is a talent that's close in that atmosphere. The thing about Mikey, I'm real proud of him. He was banged up late in the season. He's going to be healthier. That's good. He's a winner, and he led us to 5 out of 6 wins down the stretch right there. Not 100%. I know he'll be closer to 100%, so I know that'll be helpful. But he's excited, and he's ready to lead our team.
Coach, to piggyback on that, have you seen a freshman quarterback, a true freshman in your experience, from the end of the season to a bowl game with this gap, improve a lot? Will this be a big deal for Mikey? This
No, there's no doubt. I mean, you got to understand, if you put yourself in his shoes, I mean, he knew he was the number 2 quarterback, but game 4, it was all him from the rest of the way. It was a learning experience for him. You saw him in his preparation just improve. He was able to battle through some adversity, which I think is important. And the thing that he's done a few times is, he's helped win games for us. Late in games, when the game's on the line, that's a lot for a true freshman. And he did that. And his teammates have a lot of confidence in him. And I think that is one of the bigger attributes that a quarterback can have is teammates have a lot of trust in him.
Obviously, there's intense demand for this bowl game, sold out already. What does it just kind of say about this fan base? I know you got the series with Florida coming up anyway, but shouldn't like a Florida State or Miami want to schedule a UCF? I mean, tremendous fan base on all sides. I mean, these are matchups that fans want to see.
Yeah, I think it's good for college football. I think it would be good for this state, and you can just see the excitement. And it doesn't surprise me about our fan base. You got to remember a few years back when the Peach Bowl, I saw it firsthand, and the energy they brought, and the numbers they brought, and so I'm really looking forward to this. Them being on my side.
Gus back here. With all the coaching changes going on in Florida and Miami, how important can this game be for you guys, especially a win, do for you in the recruiting aspect?
Yeah, I mean, of course, right now we're on pace to have a big time recruiting class. I mean, you can tell recruits, they know where we're going, they know what's happening, they know that we're building the foundation of this thing, and so we got a chance to do that. Obviously, you win bowl games regardless. Bowl games give you momentum in a lot of different areas, so obviously it's a very big game, and then of course playing in state against a state team, makes it even bigger.
It's a little bit earlier of a bowl game than some of them. It's not a post-Christmas game, and recruiting demands took your time this past week. Is that more difficult just from a preparation standpoint and feeling like you put in the proper game plan and getting enough practices in?
Yeah, there's no doubt, because we're busy recruiting. We've been on the road, and we finally came off yesterday. And but you got time in between when you're on a plane or whatever to kind of get familiar. We really today and tomorrow's practice will be more about us. But the timing of it being the 23rd, I think it fits good. Signing day's Wednesday, and we still got a good 8 days before our game, so we'll make it work.
What do you think of early signing day?
I think nowadays coaches are used to it. I mean, whether they like it or not, they're used to it and they're in a routine. I know for me, it's just getting in a routine, knowing what to expect. Now, this is the first bowl game, I think, before Christmas I've been a part of, so that's something a little bit new. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you see the landscape of college football changing almost on a weekly basis. Okay, so there's talk about a different signing day. Whatever that is, we'll be fine with it. We'll adjust.
Okay, Coach, obviously, there are certain things that could still change yet. The game's on the 23rd. It's the 11th today, obviously. But is one player that fans I know would be looking for would be Isaiah Bowser. From a medical standpoint, is there a chance he could hit the field?
We're hoping. We're hoping he plays. He practiced today. He was a lot more healthier. He's got a lot of winter in him, too. I mean, he desperately was trying to play those last couple of weeks. And to the point that, he wanted to get out there in pregame just to see if he was a little bit better than on the Thursday practice, and just wasn't able to go. But I think he'll be healthier. It's hard to say right now, is he going to be ready? But he practiced today. He was a lot better than he was 2 weeks ago. So that's a big deal for us.
Gus, since we last spoke, Dylan Gabriel decided to enter the transfer portal. What's your reaction to that? And how does that impact the quarterback room moving forward?
Yeah, he chose to do something different. And so Mikey's ready to go. Parker is a guy, Joey's a guy. I mean, we'll be fine, and our guys are excited, about playing the bowl game.
One of the positions that doesn't really get a lot of recognition is long snapper, but you got one of the best in the country in Alex Ward. He's up for long snapper of the year tonight. What can you say about him and what kind of player he's been for you?
Yeah, he's a special player. I've been fortunate enough to coach some of the best at what they do, and he's right in that same category. He's just so consistent. From a coach's standpoint, he's so consistent you forget about him sometimes, because that's a tough position that you only think of usually if something happens wrong. But he is so consistent. He's a leader. He's a leader for our team too. He's not just a leader in the special teams group, and I can't say enough good things about him.
You mentioned you've been on the road, obviously, past week, just recruiting. What has that been like? What has the reaction from recruits been, and how excited are you for Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm really excited for Wednesday. We got a chance to really, I've been telling this group, they're the foundation for the future for us, the foundation of going to the new conference for us. And, our plans to sign quite a few high school guys. I know right now, philosophy-wise, different coaches, but I feel real strong that you got to have a foundation of the young guys and grow in your program. And then you can mix and match with guys when you need to as far as filling holes. But, that's my philosophy. That's how we're going to build it. I'm sitting there thinking about, 2 years from now, 3 years. And so this is a really, really important signing day for us. And I expect some good news.
You talked about Mikey Keene being closer to 100%, talking about Bowser. Are you getting closer to 100% for the bowl game? And where will you be? Where do you hope to be?
Yeah, I actually was out there without crutches today, okay, without the little scooter deal. And so standing up coaching, it felt great. I think the tree stand is behind me, all right? So I really expect to be on the field around that 50-yard line so I can be a normal coach.
How does that change the bowl game for you? You've been on the tree stand, I guess, for a while now. How does that change, and does that bring new energy for you and the team, I guess?
It'll bring me energy, I'll tell you that. I mean, it'll be like a fresh start for me. That was a tough deal now. I mean, when you do something 31 years, and then you've got to change that kind of jacks everything up. At least it did for me. Real frustrating. We did the best we could, but we'll get back to getting in our routine, I feel like.
I just have one more. What does the timeline look like for the team when you guys go over to Tampa practice?
I think we're heading out on Monday of that week. As far as the practice days and all that and times, we're still working through that. Thank you all.
Thanks, Coach.
Are we talking to you on Wednesday? Do we have a press conference on Wednesday?
What's that?
Are we talking to you on Wednesday after signing day?
I forgot about this one until about so I'm not sure.
Okay.
I got a lot of moving parts.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey Brandon, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing great, doing great. So you've obviously got the most experience playing Florida. So coming from Tennessee, you guys get to match up with those guys in the bowl game. So what do you kind of know about this Florida team? What have you learned, and what's kind of been your personal history playing those guys the last few years?
Just excited to play them. I mean, they're obviously a talented group of guys, and they have been for many years. It's a real storied program. It's always fun getting to play these guys. I mean, no matter what uniform I'm in, it's always fun to play Florida. So we just look forward to the challenge.
You guys haven't played in a couple weeks. You don't play for about 10 more days or so. How does that break? I know you have practice. How does that impact your health and the team overall?
I think it's a great thing. I mean, we play a long season, 12 games. I mean, a lot of guys are banged up. A lot of guys trying to get back healthy. So I think this 10 days, this whole extended period we have now, I think it's great for us to stay on top of our rehab and really do what we need to do mentally to prepare for the game.
You mentioned preparation. I'm not sure how much film or anything like you've seen yet. It sounds like you might be the healthiest you may have been all year since Louisville. Who knows? But what's kind of the talk in the receiver room? How are you looking to approach not just the game with the X's and O's, but facing a team with the notoriety of Florida?
The same. I mean, the way our coach teaches us, Coach Wyatt, man. I mean, our job description doesn't change at all, no matter who we're playing against. So, I mean, our job description stays the same from week 1 to week 12 all the way through the bowl game. So. We don't really look too much into that. We look at what we need to do, to be successful out there.
Gasparilla Bowl's already announced a sellout. What's it going to be like for you knowing that there's going to be a strong contingent of Knights fans?
Oh man, look man, I said it before, man. We got the best fans in college football, so it's exciting to know that we're gonna have a bunch of Knights out there and letting the crowd cheer us on. So it'll bring a whole bunch of juice, a whole bunch of energy. I'm excited for it.
Brandon, did you kind of accomplish what you wanted to when you made the decision to transfer here? I mean, just look, you think you're 9th in the country with 11 touchdown receptions. I know you didn't have many touchdowns at Tennessee, but you really exploded, especially in that category. I mean, how satisfying was it to kind of finish your college career like that?
Man, it was awesome, man. I mean, all glory to God. I mean, I couldn't do it without God, plain and simple. But I'm just more so happy I was able to have a positive impact on the team. Like, I'm just happy I was able to contribute like on the game-to-game basis. And I mean, hopefully, you know, by the time I'm out of here, I have a lasting effect on a lot of these young guys here. And I'm just glad I was able to, you know, have that kind of impact.
When the bowl was officially announced, what was kind of the reaction, either in group chats or locker room, whatever, about playing the Florida Gators?
Everybody was excited, honestly. But like I said, the job description doesn't change. We're all excited, but like I said, the job description just doesn't change. We got to do what we got to do. So.
If my research is correct, I think it's called 11,000 against 4. You guys can check that out.
Brandon, signing day is on Wednesday. What do you remember about your signing day?
It was awesome. It was awesome, man. I remember putting on the suit, have all my family with me, just ready to start that new journey. So good luck to everybody out there who's about to sign. And you'll be fine. Whoever's out there about to sign.
What would you say is the message to the younger guys on the team heading into Tampa?
Have fun, enjoy yourself, but it's still a job to do. It's still a job to do. So we got to stay focused. Enjoy yourself, but we definitely got to stay focused.
What's it like to head into your last collegiate game against an in-state power for a full crowd?
Man, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. I mean, I love it here, man. I wouldn't trade this for the world, but you know, my time here is up. So I mean, it's bittersweet, but it is what it is. I'm just excited to be out there one more time.
What would it mean to get a win against those guys? Obviously, it's a hype game. Everyone's looking forward to it. It's the first time UCF and Florida will meet since 2006. As you know, it's sold out. I mean, it's an important game to everyone. What would it mean to come out with a victory?
Oh, man, it would mean a lot. Especially, like you said, we haven't played since 2006. So I think this is a great opportunity for the school, the university. Just a great opportunity to kind of, put us on the map a little bit more. So I'm excited for that.
Gasparilla Bowl's, before Christmas, so it's one of the earlier bowl games. Is that exciting for you guys that you'll be able to get back home and spend the holidays with your family?
Yeah, that's always exciting. That's something, you kind of think about every year when you go into a bowl game, like, will I be able to spend Christmas with my family? And I mean, we love it here with our teammates, my brothers and everything, but you do want to spend time with your family, especially Christmas time, holidays, New Year's, and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to, spend Christmas with the family.
Are you looking forward to hopefully having an offense that's more closer to full strength? Gus said that Mikey wasn't 100% late in the year. We know Isaiah had his issues, Flash, Matt Lee, but a month will have surpassed since the last game. You guys should be closer to full strength. How excited are you about that as an offense?
I'm excited. I mean, you guys all saw, at the beginning of the year, what we're capable of. We had a lot of our guys healthy, so I'm excited. I mean, I know we're going to get their best shot. They're going to get our best shot come the 23rd, so I'm excited.
You're from Fort Lauderdale. Do you know anyone on that team at Florida? Any friends or former teammates?
I did, actually. I had a lot of teammates that actually played there. They've since moved on, either in NFL or transferred, so I don't really know too many people there now, but I did.
Anyone you know in the past kind of texts you, like knows you played at UCF, any of that back and forth talk? Or?
Nah, not yet, surprisingly. Not yet. It'll come soon. Don't worry.
Brandon, that's great.
Appreciate it, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam?
Hey, Sam. So you've been at UCF a long time. You know UCF and Florida is a game that everyone's wanted for years, the fan base. So when you found out that, first it was a rumor, I'm sure you heard the rumors before it was official, then when you found out it was official, like what was your reaction to the matchup?
I mean, excited, everything everyone else been saying, we're excited to go out and play. And,
You know, it's cool. Yeah, like you said, it's been talked about for a long time since I've been here, and you know, we're looking forward to the opportunity and to go out, you know, do what we need to.
How was it to get back out and practice today and just be around your teammates again on the practice field?
Oh, it was great. You know, whenever you get like 2 weeks off, it feels a little weird whenever you go out there for a little bit, but it's nice to knock the rust off and be around the guys again.
You know, today it's December 11th. In a couple of weeks, or a little less than a couple of weeks, the game will actually be played. Has the opportunity for you guys to be the healthiest up front that you've been. How big is it to, just as, you know, a name that comes off the mind, you know, Matt Lee, and having that starting 5 group for this game? How important is that to you, and how good does that feel, that being your last game with that group?
It means a lot. You know, you have to, it's a long season. You know, we've had a lot of injuries, and so it's good. You know, you have guys go out there to be able to play 100%. You know, I know Matt's feeling a little better. He was talking about it today, and you know, it's what we're going to need. So you know, hopefully everyone feels good in a couple weeks.
They announced it was a sellout crowd, full capacity, Raymond James. How exciting is that? Are you surprised to hear that?
Not surprised with Night Nation. You know, they're awesome. It's really cool. I saw it was like 2 hours that it sold out, and then they added more tickets, and it was like 30 minutes. You know, it's awesome, and it shows, you know, how much this program's moved up and how much buy-in we have from our home crowd.
You were part of the Peach Bowl and Fiesta Bowl teams, obviously big-time bowl games. This game technically isn't on that par, but do you think it's going to feel like it? I mean, it's a sold-out stadium, and everyone's amped up. I mean, people talking about this is the top bowl game, you know, outside of the playoff.
I mean, yeah, it has potential to be just like that. And, you know, just like when we went into the Peach Bowl and Fiesta Bowl, we kind of saw it as, you know, you got to see it as like another game. You can't get too hyped up about the situation, but yeah, no, absolutely, it's going to be, has the potential to be on that level. But you know, we just got to go out there and do what we have to do.
What strides do you want to see the offense make to come out of that game with a victory?
I just want to see us play the best offense we played this year. You know, they have the potential to do it. We've had a couple games where maybe we sputtered out, and you know, we had to rely on our defense to make unbelievable plays to put us in good positions. But you know, just have a consistent offense, just play, you know, how we know we can play. That's all I'm looking for.
Assuming this is your last game with UCF, how cool is it they have the opportunity? We were talking, you know, there's the foundation they're trying to build the future of college football here, right? How good does that feel to kind of have the opportunity, punch another linchpin in that capstone in this game potentially?
It's awesome. You know, it's a big stepping stone for our program and, you know, where we want to be. And, you know, it's just another opportunity, right? Just another challenge. And it feels good to be a part of it right now.
Speaking about being potentially your last game, you're from the Tampa area. How is it to finish your career potentially in the same area you grew up?
It's cool. You know, I live like a little bit hour away, Tampa. But yeah, no, it's awesome. You know, I grew up around Tampa, you know, my entire life, and it'd be really cool. You know, just to come out there with a win around my home area and see, you know, being around people that I know my entire life.
Sam, can you just kind of talk about how everyone kind of has rallied around Mikey, and there was a lot of drama during the season, and the quarterback room is one less now, but it seems like everyone kind of supported him through everything, and I know he's healthier than he had, but just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Mikey, like we said, you know, he's made great strides, and you know, everyone on the team, you know, when a guy has to step up in that position, you have to rally around him, right? You know, he's a young kid at 18, going into a big position. You know, playing quarterback for a Division I football team is not easy. And so he needs the team to help him out. You know, I think everyone did a great job with that, and we're just going to continue to support.
Signing day is on Wednesday. Looking back, what do you remember about your signing day?
A long time ago. You know, it's just a little anxiety just to get the, you know, dotted line. But you know, it was an awesome experience. You know, it's an opportunity that not a lot of people get. And you know, for all those young guys that are out there, you know, getting ready to quote unquote sign their life away to whatever program they're in, you know, just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy the opportunity you have and never forget where you came from.
Sam, do you have any personal history with Florida? Like, were you recruited? Did you go to a camp? Do you know anyone on the team? Any connections there?
Not really. I don't. Nothing too big. I mean, my mom went to college there. That's about as far as that goes.
So, obviously, she supports you. We know your mom. So what's that dynamic like? You know, knowing that she's saying, obviously we know she's rooting for you at UCF.
Oh yeah, she's rooting for us, and always is. Doesn't matter what team I'm on. Doesn't matter about past
affiliations.
Does she have friends or family that are Florida people, or are you starting to hear it? Or
She's from Georgia, so they're all Georgia football fans.